Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is Sonali from It Starts at Home, and I hope everybody's doing fine. Everybody is staying safe and maintaining social distancing at this time. Vivan's holiday started last week, and last week was extremely overwhelming and crazy for us, yes. But I have been already working on the things that I'm going to be doing with Vivan over the summer. I'm going to share with you something that I made for him. It took a lot of time for me to navigate and to see how I'm going to put things together. So today's video is all about me showing you how we are going to take forward our study on continents. What is our take? How are we going to make it very, very engaging? I'm sure a lot of you might be thinking that the kids already know 7 continents, but there are so many things about it. And as a 7-year-old or a grade 1 or a grade, he's a grade 2 now. Yes, sorry, I think it's going to take some time for me to just come up and say he's not a grade 1 kid. He's going to be in grade 2 in September. So there were a couple of things that I wanted to do with him. We did in terms of countries, North America and South America, before the pandemic started, before we went in lockdown in March. And from March to now, we were not able to finish or take things back in control. But from today, which is Monday, and from today, we're going to do everything that we left. We're going to proceed it in a way that we finish it as a unit. So I'm starting the unit as Continent Study Unit, and that's something that I'm going to show it to you, which I made for him. It's right here. We had our book, which was Montessori map work, and that's something that I did with Vivan. I think since he was 2.5, 3. We have been doing this book, and this book was really his go-to book. He used to really enjoy flipping the pages, looking at the animals and looking at the continents the way they have shown. However, I haven't made my unit as Montessori unit at the moment, but I have tried at incorporating a lot of things. So in the unit, you have a lot of study material, you have a lot of engaging stuff. The kids need to go and do a lot of research. There are a lot of projects that they need to make. So it's a good unit which has almost 30 activities. I've put it in the binder for you guys to see. So let's get started and see what all is there in the unit. So let's dive in and see the complete study unit now for continents. Okay, so the first one that you see all the continents along with the names. The most important thing here for kids to notice is the outline for each one of them. They all have a very peculiar shape, and even if you see them as standalone landmass, the kids should be able to recognize each one of them. So Africa has a very peculiar shape. So does Asia, Australia, Antarctica, South America, North America, and Europe. Okay, the second thing that I want to show you is now what they have to do once they have seen that thing. This is a list, and they need to cut it out and place the names on each one of them. If the child is not ready, you can always keep the previous paper handy so they can always figure it out. Also, I've kept the book right here, the one that I had, and I had a couple of things. You can always use the printout which I have created, which is this one for the kids to keep in front once they are doing this activity. Okay. Number 3, now what they have to do is write the name of the continent where you stay. So either you can place the tag that they've cut it out in the previous sheet. They can use a dry erase marker if you're putting these sheets in the file and folder paper, or they can just write it directly. So they have to just write on the continent that they stay. Okay, now Continent Study Unit. Now the second thing that they have to do is they have to write again on which, why have I wrote planet? I'm sorry, this should be continent. On which planet do you stay again? Sorry, this needs to be continent, not planet. How crazy is that? Okay, I'm going to correct that. Okay, then they have to figure out and remember a family member or a relative or somebody in the house, somebody that you know, or family members or friends from far away if they stay on any other continent. So first you have to mention, if Ivan is staying in North America, he needs to write North America, and then he needs to find out, and if you have more than one continent where your family stays, you should definitely write it out. So we have somebody staying in Asia, we have somebody staying in Europe, we have somebody staying in Australia, and somebody in South Africa. So South Africa, one of my friends stays, not Vivan's friend. So we're gonna like go deep in and we're gonna talk about different people, and then we're gonna write this. Okay, then the next thing is on the same page is one continent that you wish to visit. So that's something that the kids have to mark. Okay, now the thing is, please correct the numbers next to the continent name. So what I've done is, again, we are just reinforcing the shapes, okay, of the outlines of the continents and the names, the spellings. There are so many things that are going on at the same time. So each continent has been given a number and the list is right here. So they have to find the number and they have to write it here. So like 1 goes for North America, 6 goes for Asia. So they have to write it here. Now we begin the continent study unit. Now you have to guess which continent is this. So by now they've already seen all the continents so many times that they would have a hint of which continent is this. Even if they don't have it, it's right here but without the names. So that's Africa. Okay, so they have to write Africa, and then with the help of parents, internet or books if you have, they need to figure out one unique fact about the continent. It could be about the animals, it could be about the number of countries they have. I think they have 54. I think they have the maximum number of countries in that. And what are they famous for? Kind of jewelry or artifacts or monuments, anything, any one fact they have to derive and they have to write it. Yep. Okay, the next one is for Asia. Yep, that's for Asia. So I've used a different color one. I couldn't find the same pictures, and all these pictures that I've used were free on I've just used all free pictures. None of them were paid to create this unit. Of course, a lot of hard work, definitely a lot of hard work that I've put in to just create this. Okay, so now again the same thing for Asia. They have to figure out one unique feature or one fact about the continent. It could be just anything. It could be that you find the panda and the Bengal tiger here. You could find all the spices here. Or you could say about the population, about if you have one of the landmarks here, the monuments here. So anything, like any fact. But I would want the parents to encourage them to either go through the book or a safe way for them to find information on Google, because you have to make sure that they are, when they're doing the unit, there are so many things that they're exploring, either books or Google, or if anyone in the family they know, they can definitely take help. That's how you make the unit engaging, by just adding so many elements where they have to talk, they have to ask, and if people have different stories, definitely you can write that up. Okay, so the next one here is North America. So again, the same thing, you have to write a fact about North America. Then you need to write a fact about South America, and you have to name, you have to guess, write the name, spot it here, and then write a fact. So couple of things. We plan to finish this unit not soon, but I think I'm going to take another 3. I think we're going to take at least 3 weeks to finish this, and then I'm going to go forward to each one of them. Now again, you have to guess this one. That's Antarctica. You have to always tell the kids, Antarctica, they never show the whole thing, but all the books, all the images always show this. Okay, that's the most important thing about Antarctica, that you will always find this thing right there. Okay, so the next one is for Australia, and then the last one is Europe. So that's it for this one, guys. And the next one is a cross study unit. They have to find all the continent names. So like any other crosswords, you have all the names here. No, I have not written the names, because by now they have already done it so many times. This is the time when they have to guess each one of them, all 7, and they need to find it here. Okay, so what's next? There are some activities based too. You can always take this printout multiple times. So do art, use a Q-tip, each color to just to make each color for the, each continent to have a different color Q-tip design. Or what you can do is, I have a lot of manipulatives with me, so we can definitely, a Bengal tiger can go to Asia. Elephants can go right here. Zebras or kangaroos can come right here. I can't find, so I'm going to find a lot of stuff for Vivan toucan or all these kinds of birds can go to South America. So there are so many different animals that you can place. Or if you don't have these, you can always put one color pom-pom. So like all pom-poms of purple color can come in Asia, orange here, pink here. So one activity can be done in many ways in terms of just design. So I'm going to take a lot of paper, a lot of these prints. We'll be using glitter sometimes, either sometimes paint, or I have different color stones. I would be telling Vivan to use that. So a lot of manipulatives for them to just figure out the outlines. I also plan to use my yarn, and I'm going to tell Vivan to paste the yarn on the outlines here, and we are just then use simple painting color to paint it inside. So that's one. And then you have another one, which is to use Play-Doh for each continent, and that's another activity, and you can do as many activities as you want. Now we have continent study unit along with the 5 oceans plus the animals. Okay, so this picture shows you all the oceans that we are surrounded with. So by now you know that we have continents. Along with that, the blue area is the water. Now we're going to be focusing on the oceans. So you have the list of oceans right here, and then you have to cut and place the names of oceans and continents. So this is mixed now. You have the oceans plus the continents. You have the list right here. All you have to do is snip, snap, and just place them there. Then we have continent study unit, another exercise wherein you have all the continents. Along with that, you have for each continent 3 countries that I've marked, and take a guess or take a quiz. Ask a family member, take somebody's help, and try and do it with a timer, or just try and do it. Maybe you can do one at one day. Remember, you're also looking at the facts. So when you're looking at the facts, just go through with the list of all the states that, all the countries that the continents have. So we did this one. Then we have look at into the images of animals across. So I'm showing you all the animals that we have along all the continents. Each continent has very, very special animals. Okay, each continent has their own speciality. Special animals belong, like panda you can only find in Asia, right? So you know koalas or kangaroos are in Australia. You have the wildlife in terms of gorillas and elephants and zebras in Africa. So now what you have to do is cut, paste, or draw one North American animal. So you have the North America here along with the animals. Either you can draw or cut, paste from somewhere, and you have to put it right here. The same goes for Europe, for South America, for Asia, Australia, Africa, and for Antarctica. And then here you have find one monument or unique structure for each continent. Either cut, paste, or write the name on the map for the same. So now you have to look for a monument. So remember, when you're asking, when you're looking for information about one fact or feature, you can always use the same thing. Here you have to write or mention on top of that, or you paste the monument right here. Then I have a test unit that I prepared. A test is not pretty big, but you still have 7 things that you can do with the kids. I mean, once they're done with this, they have to make a flip-flap book with this, where the first one is on what planet do they stay, what continent, then country, state, city, and home. This is something that I made with Vivan. I made for Vivan when he was 2.5, but I think it's going to be fun to do this. And now when you are doing the test unit, there are so many things that I've mentioned for you to label on the continent, and that's the printable for the continent right here, and they need to label. Along with that, you can always make things like this, where we took circles and we pasted it together, and we're going to be writing one fact each on them. So that's mine, and Vivan will be making his. Then I had some cards which had animals, and I'm going to be telling him to spot one animal from North America, South America, once we are doing that study unit. So guys, this is what I have made, and there are 2 extra sheets here for them to write the notes, whatever they learn in between. So I hope guys you had a good time, you had a great time enjoying this video. I think I've shared a lot of great information, and do let me know what you guys think about it. We would be starting our unit from today, and I hope you guys are gonna do the same thing too. So don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, guys, and just help me build the channel better and share with you more interactive and educational stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.